So I've got here the JandCase color changing lights. The lights are LED and change color. So the lights I have it set to right now are white. So I'm going to switch it to warm. So that's warm. Red. Green. Blue. It's very blue, especially on the camera. Kind of like an orange color, greenish color, blue color, kind of purple, yellow, a lighter blue, and then this one has it actually has flashing colors, which, let me hit that one. So now the colors are just flashing through. Cool thing about this is you can actually speed it up, and then you can slow it down. Now let me do the gradient. It has a gradient change. Make sure I got both of them under gradient. So that's the gradient change, which is also pretty cool. And then that one you can also go fast or slow with the gradient change. So let me bring it down, slow it down. So you can do a really slow gradient change, which is pretty cool. And then you can pause it. So with the gradient change, if you actually find a color you might want, you can pause it. The only downside is that if you have the two lights next to each other, and you want to pause one color for one light and then a color for the other light, it'll affect both of them. So you kind of have to point the remote from one to the other, and it's kind of hard to get one to do something without the other one also jumping in and changing as well. Let me light it up. It has a timer. You can put timer from 1 hour to 24 hours. It has a nightlight mode, which is just a soft light. It's really not that dark. So let me go back to the cool color. There we go. For both of them. Now I'm going to turn on the room light. So you see how it looks with the room lights on. So that's just with the room, just the regular ceiling lights on. So you can kind of see how it looks. So it looks kind of dim in the camera. Let me bring up the brightness. So you can actually bring the brightness down and bring it up. It's not quite, there you go, you could price the blue better. Purple you see pretty good in the camera. So it has a dimmer setting for the lights to drop down the dimness and bring it up. And let me show you the remote. Let me turn this off. I'm going to turn that off. There we go. So it's focusing on the remote. So that's the remote. It doesn't have a lot of color options. Let me bring this down. There we go. So here's the remote. Power, off, on. It's supposed to be a night light. These are for the two white lights. Cool color, warm color. This is for the 24 hours timer, so you can add or take away, which it blinks when you turn it, when you hit the button, but I could just imagine you're just gonna lose count at some point. These are the settings to make it brighter or darker. This is the red, green, blue, along with a handful of colors. It does not have a lot of colors. So this is kind of your selection here of colors. This one has the flashing, 2 different colors. This one's the gradient, and then this one's to pause on whatever color it's on. So I'm gonna bring it back up. Turn it on. the gradients. So there you can see how you can wait for the gradient color you want and then pause it. I put the link in the description so you can pick the correct light. I saw there's so many on Amazon that the reviews weren't all that helpful because they really didn't apply to what I was looking for. So I like these for what I'm going to use them for. I'm just going to use them for background lightings for podcast. So they're perfect for me. The fact that I can change the color or dim them brighter or lower is just fine. I had them on for about an hour. They don't make any noise. They're not very hot. And the brightness is just right for what I need it, just as a background light. So actually it's going to work very well for me. And I think outside, if you had them outside, like in a porch light, I think they'd be just as bright. And having the dimmer is pretty nice. It looks pretty dim there on the camera. So that's very, very, very soft light. This would be like if you had the lights off. So let me turn the lights off. There you go. So that's what it looks like with the lights off, so you can see it. And overhead lights don't wash it out. And this is the JandCase color changing lights. They come in a 2-pack. So I'm gonna put the link down the bottom for the 2-pack. The 2-pack only comes with one remote. So keep that in mind. You're only getting one remote for a 2-pack. So it comes in 2 boxes, but you only get one remote. So just keep that in mind. So if you didn't happen to me, so if you happen to get 2 without a remote, they probably got mixed up and you ended up with the box, 2 boxes without the remote. So one has a remote, the other doesn't.